Now,
I'd like to call this meeting to order. Roll call.
Mr. Dangler? Mr. Dangler?
You're on mute.
Dr. Moat?
Here.
Mrs. Wittes?
Here.
Dr. Selly?
Here.
Mr. Vieira?
Here.
That's 5 present, none absent. I certify this meeting has been published in the newspaper and adequate and electronic notice has been provided in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act and New Jersey Administrative Code, Title 5, Chapter 39, Section 1.5, NJAC 5:39-1.5, notice of remote public meetings as required by law.
Thanks. I'm going to give our city attorney a word. Mr. Raynon, go ahead.
Thank you, Council President. Members of the council, I spoke to the council president just before the meeting started to give him an update on a meeting that we had late this afternoon, with the mayor, the head of the building department, and the city engineer and Mr. Jackson concerning Seaview Towers. And I wanted to do, we have it on for closed session and we can leave that on, but I just wanted to, in this public part of our council meeting, let you know a little bit about what has been going on. We obviously the subject of taking down those 2 buildings has been part of all of the discussions with the various people who have had interest in developing the property. But it was this fall in October when we began to become increasingly concerned about the condition of the building. The building department immediately got on it. We did some drone flyer overs and outside inspections, and immediately started to issue notices, unsafe structure notices, ordering for the building to be taken down. We also started a process of getting access to the interior of the building and getting our structural engineer into the building. So, as you know, we're dealing with private property rights here, so it's not as easy as us just walking on the property. Obviously, the property has a chain link fence that's locked around it, and we have to respect people's rights. But we did send out the city engineer's office and their structural engineering division went out today to inspect the property, and we anticipate that we're going to have a report first thing tomorrow morning as to what's going on. And that we also have a hearing that's scheduled for the 21st of January before the Construction Board of Appeals, because the original order to take the building down has been appealed by the property owner. But I just wanted to, for public consumption, let the council know that this is something that we have been working on diligently. Unfortunately, the process is not always as fast as you would want it to be. We don't own this property, so we can't just go onto somebody's property and tear down their building. But we're executing all of our available legal resources, and we'll continue to do that. And once we see the structural engineer's report, if we have to take further action, in addition legal action as to what we've done, we will, up to and including if the property owner is not responsible and doesn't do what he's supposed to do, we will then, have to take the building down ourselves. So I can leave the rest of the legal questions for closed session, but I just wanted to say that publicly because I know that there was a story in the Asbury Park Press. I didn't think that this should go without some kind of public comment at the council meeting, just in case we actually have questions from the public at the council meeting, so that the council and the public can know that we have, like I said, we've been, moving in the direction necessary to abate this condition.
Thank you, Mr. Raynon.
Thank you.
With that, I'm going to turn it over to Lieutenant Shirley with traffic. Mr. Shirley, it's all yours.
Good evening. How are you, Council President?
Good, thank you.
So we had a resident on Calvert Avenue actually contact Mr. Graviano. I guess they were noticed because of improvements that are going to be done to Jackson Woods Park. And as part of that improvement, they felt that their driveway was going to end up being blocked, and they had some issues. It's a good problem. The park's being used, people are going there, and they asked for a no parking section of about 120 feet directly on the opposite side of the road across from their driveway because they were having trouble getting out. So traffic went there, surveyed it. The street is narrow. It is hard to get the car out. So this ordinance would just give them enough to back out of their driveway. and then could proceed down the street. That's the whole purpose of it.
All right, thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Shirley? Council?
This be permanent?
Yes, sir, it would be, and we'll sign it once it passes.
Okay, thank you.
All good? Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Shirley. With that, I'm
You're
going to go the review of the regular meeting agenda. Does anybody have any questions about the agenda?
I have no questions.
No.
Nope, we're good.
All right, with that, I need a motion to close. All in
So
favor?
moved. So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I need a motion to adopt a resolution to go into executive session for the following items: attorney-client privilege, public safety, COVID-19, board appointments, office staffing, contract negotiations, Lucky James Center, Pleasure Bay Pool, Seaview Towers, Matosa Apartments, abatements, 296 Jersey Avenue, tax appeal, recreation fees.
So moved.
Second,
Roll call, please.
Mr. Dangler,
yes.
Dr. Vogt,
Yes.
Mrs. Winnes,
Yes.
Dr. Selly,
Yes.
Mr. Viera.
Yes.
It's 5 in affirmative, 0 opposed. Time is 6:07. Okay.